Good evening, sports fans! Crowbat for the win of the token minorities here today with the GBA Week 4. So I'm gonna apologize, we are quite a bit late on this one. It was finals week, I had a big paper due Sunday evening. Between all my finals and things, it was just hard to get up in a timely manner, and we had other TTM uploads this week that I did not want to interfere with. So I'm getting this up on Saturday. I originally actually wanted it up Wednesday, and of course that fell through because I had an ant infestation, so I had to evacuate the dorm that I live in right now. I can't wait to get out of here and graduate, so we're gonna let that go. It's now Saturday, and we get another game tomorrow, week 5. This is our week 4 though, let's talk about it. So this is week 4 against our friend Leo. I recommend you check his channel out, his link should be in the description below, if I remember. Let's talk about our team for the week. We are packing the Florges, a choice scarf Florges, with Moonblast Psychic and some other moves I don't want to publicly reveal because spoilers, I didn't end up using them in this game, and I think they could be really cool to use going forward, and if we use them then, I'll reveal them then. Next we got Heatran with a choice scarf. This is an Eruption Heatran. Now there is one small bad thing, it doesn't outspeed everything on his team because it has to be a quiet nature, but this thing hits like a nuke, and nothing switches in well to it at all. And I really like that. So Flamethrower, Flash Cannon, Hidden Power Ice, just a few other extra moves to kind of fill some slots. Mon number 3 is Savali with a Choppleberry. This is meant to deal with his Marshadow pretty well. I mean, he doesn't know what Savali type it is, so if I switch it in on Marshadow and then he goes for close combat the next turn, I can Thunder Wave it, Parting Shot it, Icy Wind it, do what I gotta do. And it has worked pretty well in mocks, so hopefully that continues. Next, we've got a very bulky Encore Halucha. So this is meant to Encore Cresselia into Calm Mind, or Snorlax into Curse, or something like that. So hopefully it would scare him just with the high jump kick, and Snorlax would switch out anyway. But in case, we have Encore, and we have Roost, Acrobatics. It really changed no calcs over Aerial Ace, so I figured in case we got knocked off or something. Next, we got Genesect, Choice Scarf. It's going to be mixed, but more physically based. Zen Headbutt, and so that way we get a basically guaranteed KO on Marshadow. Unless he's like a really weird bulky variant, but the bulk I expect him to run, I think it KOs like 95% of the time with Zen Headbutt. So yeah, I mean, that's what we got, and his team is going to be Snorlax and Mega Medicham and Thundurus and Garchomp, Cresselia, and Marshadow, which is mostly expected. I kind of could have seen Darkrai coming to this game, but I also understand why it didn't. This team is very threatening. This man brought a very threatening team, and a lead is pretty interesting. I don't know what he's going to lead with. I mean, Genesect is always a safe lead with a Choice Scarf, but we'll have to see what kind of interesting stuff he pulls out here. I mean, it's interesting. Leo's a good player. I mean, honestly, that Thundurus looks pretty threatening, and I feel like that was probably going to be a potential lead. That kind of is what I thought would be the most likely lead going into this game. Well, he ends up leading with something else. It's actually spoiled already in the screen. Leads with Snorlax, but you know, I obviously love Genesect, as I said. We're gonna jump into the game. One other thing, because I'm so late on this one, I am not gonna end up putting in my borders or my backgrounds that I normally do every time a KO occurs, just for time this week. I'm already a little bit behind, as we can already tell, so let's not get more behind. Let's U-turn turn 1, actually, and see how much damage that does. It does quite not a lot. And, to boot, this man's got Rocky Helmet. It's pretty clear to me that Snorlax was meant to deal with the Genesect entirely, and that failed. So I'm going to U-turn, which was really smart. He goes into the Thundurus that really can do some work, a number on my team. I'll go into one thing that deals with it pretty well. He's going to U-turn, and that does a decent amount to my Palkia, which clearly means he's definitely not, completely non-offensive. It does something good. Spatial Rend does a lot. But that is especially offensive Cresselia here, and we eat that Thunder Wave with a sub. Just fantastic. So we are thinking, we just gotta get maybe one crit in here, and we will be good to go. And that Spatial Run is an absolute min roll. That was literally the slowest roll you could possibly get. That's okay. We still got time. Palkia is doing okay. This is a Cresselia under half health right now. We're gonna Spatial Rend, expecting a Moonlight to occur, and that does happen. Now imagine we get the bigger roll in the last turn. Unbelievable. Okay, Palkia's at half health. Let's sub. Kind of expect a Thunder Wave. Moonlight, pretty safe option on his end, I suppose. Honestly, this is kind of a losing battle for us, because we only have enough HP for one more sub, and Palkia is not breaking this crest. It does less damage than it did on the first Moonblast. The first Moonblast, I think, was a high roll. Sorry, not Moonblast. First Spatial Run was a high roll. Unfortunate, but we're going to Spatial Run now, hoping he just Moonlights, or there we get actually a very high roll. Unfortunately, that's a turn he T-Waves.
What the hell's going on out here?
So that puts Palkia in just about the worst possible position. This thing is not going down. We're going to have to switch and hope Moonblast is coming through, and that's all it's going to be. Our attack rises. It's obvious he's specially defensive, because if this was not specially defensive, Palkia, Spatial Run, 2-hit KOs this thing quite easily. We're going to U-turn out of there, and there's this stupid Snorlax again, and guess what though? This is the one thing Palkia is useful for right here. It still has some use. Oh, we can take this thing down, and you know what? It won't harass Genesect anymore. It won't harass anything with Rocky Helmet, and no! We get paralyzed. So, it wouldn't have been that bad, except for the fact that he rests and becomes healthy. So now, I don't exactly have a way to break this Snorlax. So that's really unfortunate, and now we are completely back to square one. And we basically gain nothing in any of these exchanges. The first few turns of this game have been a dumpster fire. Alright, you know what? In fairness, Leo's playing great. I mean, we've got some good rolls, we've got some bad rolls. It's not like that para was bad, but you know what? He's bringing the right sets, he's bringing the right moves, he's making the right plays, he's in my head. He's doing good. So I'm going to hope to bait a Thunder Wave because I'm a Limber Hawlucha. I also think the Snorlax is coming in anyway, and I really hope I can scare him out with the Hawlucha, and I do. So that's fantastic. It's going to go into the Thundurus, which actually switches into my Hawlucha pretty darn well. I almost wish I packed Stone Edge or something this week, but there was just no room for it. I'm going into my Scarf Florges here. Gonna pull a double, see if he has the Sludge Wave, and he just U-turns. That's fine, honestly. It would have been amazing to just get some damage with a Scarf Florges, but it's okay, I didn't really need to. So I'm a Scarf E-Trend. I don't know if he's a Scarf Garchomp. I think Z is more likely, but we just can't take that risk. Gonna go into Hawlucha to hopefully just eat an EQ or Z EQ or eat something. Gonna U-turn on it. I kind of was hoping he'd switch, but I guess he really didn't have a huge reason to. It's not like I can do much damage to him anyway. The best I could have done was Encore. It would have been amazing to Encore him into Stealth Can I make a key play here? He's Z outrageous, and I really wish. I was so close to going into Florges here. Scarf Florges would have been absolutely amazing, and he still didn't even know it was a Scarf Florges.
As demonstrative as ever, and Richard Sherman going, what?
The problem was this, okay? If I went to Florges and he went for anything else that wasn't a Dragon type move, say a Poison Jab, say a Stone Edge, say really anything else, my Florges now can't take a Shadow Sneak from the Marshadow, and that was half the purpose of the set, was to surprise Marshadow. And if he found out it was Scarf, he'll just Shadow Sneak if it's at a certain low amount of damage. He also has to have figured out by now that my Hawlucha was not offensive at all. So it really didn't. There was minimal risk for him to go for some other move like a Poison Jab. There really wasn't much risk. So Heatran at least gets to go for Eruption. There we go.
Boom shakalaka.
No complaints there. Surprise Scarf Heatran Eruption. Not even full power to boot. Does awesome. Spectral Thief comes through, and that is literally horrible because Eruption does no damage at that point. So I'm going to have to switch out and hope he doesn't set up, but I think he's Choice Banded based on that damage. Spectral Thief is going to take out the Hawlucha easily, because like I said, I think it's banded. IMC P&ID is here and in the game. We'd be in fantastic shape. I'm telling you, if some of these mons were not here. Ugh. Zen Headbutt misses. Okay, you know what? Maybe it didn't matter, but we get an attack boost, and it would have been a little bit nice to get it off on the Garchomp. Maybe 2 would have KO'd because of the boost, because we were max, because we were Scarf. Oh, that's rough. That was a rough miss. I mean, we get this amazing Scarf Florges KO with Moonblast. It goes into Crest, and unfortunately it's basically game over. You know, it's tough. I think we got a few bad breaks, but I just think overall Leo played better. You know, he had it was a tough matchup. This was not my best matchup. So it's unfortunate, you know. It's not looking too good. Genesect is here, and this Snorlax shouldn't even be here, by the way. Should not be here, and we get paralyzed. Once again, not surprising anymore. Really, nothing surprises me at this point. If that Snorlax hadn't been there, I'm not saying Scarf Florges would have definitely swept, but it could have helped. I mean, maybe if we got like a crazy crit or something, I don't know, something nice would have happened. But we do get a couple Sleep Talks that are just rests, so that's pretty cool. Moonblast comes through, it's gonna get that KO. So, probably what I just said doesn't really matter, but he still has a Cress. I mean, Genesect, Cress, Paralyze, not a good combination. Hidden Power, probably Hidden Power Ground, I'm guessing, for the Heatran. I think this man actually had the exact same set that I saw in one of my mocks too, and we actually handled it pretty well there, but this one it just didn't go as well, and we're kind of last man standing. This Scarflorges, and he's paralyzing it, and he just doesn't end up ending it quickly. Moonblast does nothing. Moonblast does nothing. None of these Moonblasts are doing anything, man. Oh, we'll be here all day. I actually don't think he has that many Moonlights left. To be honest, in pure hindsight, I should have stalled out his Moonlights with Palkia, gone for one more sub. It would have been such a good idea. That's probably why he switched out here. In hindsight, I should have done that, but it is going to be a loss. Sludge Bomb comes through, and we get taken out. You know, another disappointing loss. I don't even know what to say anymore. And like I said, we got some bad luck in that game, but he also, I think, earned that win too. Like, it wasn't a clear Hax deciding game, but it definitely just screws us over every single week. It's rough. It's rough. I hate feeling like I'm making excuses. I hate feeling like that. But I feel like we'd be a lot more competitive in some of these games if we just had a couple of breaks helping us. Oh well. Next week's a new day. Actually, tomorrow's a new day, because actually that's when Week 5 is coming out. Surprise! We're going to see how that one goes. Can we finally capture the dream? Can we finally capture that first win? Well, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow and find out. It should be pretty exciting. I'm pretty hyped for it. I hope you all are too. It's going to be something special, I hope. But regardless, thank you to Leo for this game. I'm glad I got to use an Eruption Heatran and a Scarflorges. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys, and peace out. Take care.